Results in this Facebook ads game, you have to, it comes a dime a dozen, but it's very possible when you focus on key elements that really drive the results, that really drive the engagement, that really drives the traffic, that really helps you get quality clients, which is really how you get an ROI. You know, I have a client who, let's say one of my clients, for example, she got 1,000% ROI on her Facebook ads. And this is the kicker. She did that in her first week. ROI is the same thing as 10x, right? Meaning what she invested, her budget, she got 10 times the amount her first week. I want to break that down in this video. All right. And you absolutely can be able to do that, or in this training, you can absolutely do that, but it won't happen if you're not in a position that you're paying attention to certain moving parts from the Facebook ad. And I'm talking about the ad, but we also going to give you something about the funnel too. So if you know about funnels and by the way, if you're ready and you're excited to learn, well, how do you get a 10x ROI using Facebook ads? If you're ready and you're excited, go ahead and put excited below. Give this some like, give this some love. What we're going to be doing in this training is I'm going to be showing you exactly what I've been doing with my clients to really get them phenomenal results using Facebook ads. And then what we'll do is I'm going to go through that. I'm going to give you some core elements. Then I'm going to give you some resources, and then we'll take 1 or 2 questions at the end. All right, if you're ready, go ahead and put ready below. Give this some like, give this some love. And by the way, go ahead and hit the share button below and share this with some folks that are really need marketing. If you know anybody that needs marketing, that's struggling to get clients, that needs to advertise their business, that's afraid to advertise their business, or you're in a place where maybe you've just been doing a lot of guerrilla marketing or organic marketing, and now you're looking to scale using paid advertising, this is going to be the training for you or the training for them. So make sure that you go ahead and you share this video, because I'm going to share how to get 1,000% ROI on your Facebook ads. And why I'm excited about this is, you know, a lot of times when it comes to running ads, like I consult thousands of people every year, right? We have over 200 people who graduated my certification program for coaches. One of the things I've learned is anytime I ask people about their paid advertising strategy, you know what they tell me? They'll say, I boosted, I boosted some posts every now and then, I boosted some things before, right? Or I have some people that say, I tried to do it. I tried to set it up, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I never ran them. Or I have people that say, man, I got clients who say, man, Terrell, I really need you. I really need your agency to run my Facebook ads because I don't have the time or I don't have the patience to be able to do it. And it's just like, I know I need to get access to the billions of users that are on Facebook and Instagram. But at the same time, I'm running my core business. A lot of times advertising is not your core business. Right? A lot of times your core business is coaching, your core business is speaking, your core business is, like I got a guy right now that I'm working with that he does like lawn care services, or, you might be a nail technician, so I work a lot, especially for my ads agency. I work and I help a lot of people who are either A, coaches, or B, they're service providers in some kind of way, whether it's speaking, whether it's events, whether it's any other kind of services, right? So I mentioned that because that's not your advertising is not your core business, right? Likely the chances are you're watching this. So leave it up to the professionals to be able to do it, right? But I'm going to teach you how to be able to do it yourself in this video. But people who want to run ads, a lot of times they don't have the time or they don't know how to do it. Or I've been getting people recently who they like, for this example, for like the 10X, right? So my client who got the 1,000% result, she actually was already running ads, but she didn't know how to do them. And she hired another company that did a terrible job. they did a terrible job trying to like run her ads. So she was like not happy. She was like, yeah, I just had to like fire them. She was like, for some reason it was just, they didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't really want to teach me, because one of the aspects is she wanted to also learn how to be able to do it. You know what I mean? And that company wasn't trying to teach her. Guess why? Because that's going to put them out of a job. So they're like, I don't want to show you what we're doing because you're going to lose. But so somebody asked me and said, well, Terrell, you have an agency. Why would you also teach people how to run ads if you're also running ads, because wouldn't at some point they wouldn't want to work with you anymore? And the short answer to that is possibly, right? Possibly I can have people, although I'm doing it for you and I'm teaching you at the same time, because we have regular interview meetings where we meet and we look at your metrics and we do all that, right? So, but I'm also teaching you, and I think that's also what makes us different. So not only are we running and managing your ads, but I'm also teaching you how to do it, how to set it up, how to implement it. And on top of that, I'm also teaching you the strategy, which is what a lot of these training videos that I do. If you ever see me talking about ads, all of this is usually it's the strategy side of it. I might do some technical videos, but to be honest, some of these technical videos you can look up on YouTube, like how to set it up, how to install a pixel, how to do all of that. Like, you can learn some of that stuff. So for me, the biggest value is not setting it up, and it's not the technical. It's not how to do it's not, how to put in the price, how to do all of that stuff you can Google. I'm teaching you the strategy so you can get a 10x ROI. Right? So that's why it's important to be able to like really learn the strategy. So let me give you some elements of what really made this work for her. Number one, and somebody write this in the chat for me. And by the way, if you're ready for this, go ahead and put ready below. Go ahead and throw some heat below. All right. So number one, very first thing we have to really figure out, or we have to do, is you have to make your ad target a certain demographic. Meaning a certain audience, a certain avatar. Somebody put avatar in the chat for me. So what we're going to do is, your avatar is, I want you to create a profile. And I was just talking to a client earlier today about this. Create a profile of who your best client is. Not who you could help. Not who you should help. Not everybody under the sun. Not men and women. Give me a profile. Give me a description. I need, this person who is this age, who is in this phase of life, or have this role in society, or is a teacher, or is going through trauma, or lives in this certain part of the world. Give me that of your ideal. Give me your ideal client. Give me your ideal client. Because when you have your ideal client, then everything else can flow from that. Everything else can flow from that. So that's the first thing, is let's create your avatar. We call it your avatar. The second thing we're going to create, once we understand your avatar, we need to know their pain points and we need to know their goals and what you're going to achieve with your ad. Like what you're going to achieve with your ad, essentially, right? So your ad is going to be based on the pains and the goals of what they want to achieve. So if you're creating what you want them to achieve, then guess what? Your ad has to be geared towards that, and you're going to choose a particular pain point. So that's the second thing. Know the pain points, and then also write down a list of what are all the challenges that they're facing. So that's the second thing. Third thing is, we're going to start off. Most people think you need to start off writing Facebook ads or running Facebook ads on Facebook. You don't start off ads that way. You actually start off, when you're doing it from scratch, you start off with the landing page first. Start off with the funnel first. You create the funnel, and then we create the ad. Most people have it backwards and twisted, which is why they don't have high conversions, because they'll try to create the ad. The ad is half-assed. It doesn't look good. And you're kind of just sending them to your website, or you're kind of just sending them to a landing page that you haven't really optimized. So you want to focus on the landing page. Now, what are the elements of the landing page that's going to make it successful? One is knowing the one particular outcome that you're going to help them with on this landing page, right? On this page, on this web page, right? That would be on your website, but it's something that people can click on and do other things, right? And if depending on what level you at, that could be basic, but just make sure that you have this landing page and we know exactly what we're giving away. What are we giving away, coach? We're giving away a checklist. What are we giving away? A cheat sheet. What are we giving away? A webinar. What are we giving away? A ebook. What are we giving away? It could be a course. I remember I had a course that I gave away, and oh my God, people loving it. I had like a 6-module or 6 training video course teaching you how to be a coach and be a speaker. gave it away, created a whole, it was over, I mean, I think it was like 7 hours, like between 7 to 10 hours, free, created a whole course, gave it away free, like have it. But guess what? When I ran ads to it, everybody loved it, consumed it, loved it. So guess what? We started getting thousands of leads, thousands of leads, right? And because people were loving the course. So what could you give away that you can create and put on your landing page? So I'll give you an example. So one of the things that we created for my client Joy, we did so she's helping nurses pass the NCLEX exam. The NCLEX exam is a nursing exam that, nursing students need to go through in order to, officially become a nurse. So we're running her ads, and the very first thing, she was like, okay, let's pull up the ads. And I said, wait, let's hold up. Let's do the landing page first. So we created and we designed and we constructed the landing page. And I said, what do you want to give away as a lead magnet? She said, well, I really want to do these weekly webinars. And I said, great. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do webinars, right? So we're going to be in a place where we're going to create the webinar will be the lead magnet. So guess what? We did a headline, and the headline was something like how to ace the NCLEX exam and pass it your first time, right? And we tested a few different ones, right? But that's essentially what the headline is. So then we went through the day and the time, and I'm kind of giving you certain elements, right? So we gave like the day and the time of the webinar, click here to join the free webinar on this day. We got like 4 bullet points with explanations of what they're going to learn inside of the webinar. Then we have, and then we also have like a bio of her for folks who are coming to the ad. They may not know who she is. So we have a bio with her picture, and then we have a bio, and then, then there's a bio of what all her credibility is, the amount of students she's helped, how many students she's helped pass the exam for the first time, et cetera, right? So you want to create a landing page that's so sexy, that's so attractive that people can't turn away, and they're going to sign up for whatever it is, even if it's like they're downloading an ebook or a cheat sheet or a list or an infographic or whatever it is. People are going to download it, but you got to make it valuable, and you have to make it something that your ideal client wants, which is one of the reasons why we started this training off with the avatar, because if you're generally helping anybody, it's not going to be as attractive. So like I have another client that we're running ads for right now, and he said, I'm helping people with goal setting. And I said, okay, who particularly? He said, I can help anybody with goals. He said, I help anybody and everybody. Everybody has goals in their life they want to achieve. So I'm open and helping the world. And I said, that's dope. I said, you can help the world. However, who is your low-hanging fruit? Write that down. Somebody put that in the chat for me. Who is your low-hanging fruit? Meaning, who do you have the most authority with? Who is going to respect you the most? Who's going to be willing to pay you money, pay you the most money, or who's going to be the least resistant to paying? Because you can help anybody, but not everybody's going to be accepting. Not everybody's going to understand the value of coaching. Not everybody's going to understand the value of your services. So I want the low-hanging fruit. I want somebody who I don't got to convince, who already know the value, who already know what they want, and who already trusts, loves, and respects me based on my credibility and based on my authority and based on my experience. That's who I want. That's who I want to start off with. That's how you get an easy win. That's how you get 1,000% ROI your first week. That's how we had so many clients that get results quickly. We had like one of our clients, she got a $2,500 client her first week. We got another client, Akil, who made 10 grand his second month. We got another client who Tina, who we've been together for 10 months, and she made $28,000 after 10 months. She made $28,000. She had her first $28,000 a month, only being together 10 months. I get most of our folks, or most folks that I've run into, they'd be happy to make 10, 20 grand in a month, and they say, hey, listen, I want to make this in a year. If you can get me to 10 grand a month after a year, I'm happy. That's for most people, right? But the reason we're able to get results where people are making 5, 10 grand their first, second month in a business is because they're clear on who they're helping and who they're targeting. So when I was talking to my client Daryl, I said, okay, I said you can help everybody with goals, but let's focus on who you can help the most. And as I go through, because I look through my client's social media and I give him feedback, right? So one of the things that every time I see his post, he's always in the gym, working out, in the gym, working out, in the gym, working out, right? And I said, you're pretty consistent with this. And I said, do you have people that ever come to you, for fitness advice? He said, yeah, all the time. I said, okay, that's all I want us to do. I said, you can help everybody with goals, but because you're actively in the gym every day, because you've already been helping people with their fitness goals, you have testimonials, this is going to be the move. This is going to be the move. We're going to focus our ads on this demographic, and we're going to focus on creating the goals for them. And also the landing page we've created is more generalized to what they're going to learn in terms of because he has a worksheet that they're going to download, like a goals worksheet. But the language that we're using in terms of the ad is towards that demographic. So that's what I mean is who's going to be that low hanging fruit. All right. Once we have the landing page, and by the way, if y'all loving this, if we over delivering and you loving this value right now, go ahead and put major value in the chat and give this some love and give this some hearts. So now we went from that to, all right, so let me kind of go back to Joy, right? So going back to Joy. So once we created her landing page, then we said, all right, let's create the ad. So then we created the ad where the formula looks like we did a hook, right? And the hook is typically going to be something that's going to capture attention. It's going to be usually, I like to use questions. I like to use statistics. I like to use a strong, powerful opinion, something that it might be controversial, or it might be something where you might get a strong objection to it, but you want that because you want people to feel emotionally charged by it, not necessarily in a negative way, but a strong statement. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because that's going to capture attention. But then also, you're not just going to give that, you got to give context to it. So we're going to give the opening, the hook, we're going to give context to it. Then we're going to give some teaching, meaning whatever you're doing, you want to teach. We don't want to do ads where we're just kind of trying to sell a thing, right? Or just persuade people to do a thing. We want to give some teaching in the ad, and that also builds authority. So then we're going to do that. Then we're going to give a credibility statement, which is maybe 1 or 2 sentences. We're going to give credibility. Then we're going to give what you're giving away, like the offer. Then we're going to give the bullets of the benefits. Now, this is the reason why you also want to create the landing page first, is because when you come through the benefits, you can actually literally just verbatim, and I highly recommend this, and this is one of our strategies, our secrets. You going directly to the landing page and you're grabbing the benefits directly off of the landing page and you're putting it into the ad. And that's very important for continuity and for people to know, okay, I clicked on the right thing and this is actually what I want. Because if somebody's going to click on that ad, you want to make sure that it's literally 99.9999% identical to the ad. Because if you create it from the headline to the bullets to the benefits, if you create everything that's highly identical to the ad, then if they click the ad, your conversions are going to skyrocket. And that's exactly what we did for Joy. So when we created the ad and we created the headline and everything, and we started getting registrants. And guess what? We have folks who converted into clients. So from attracting people to converting them into clients, from the ad to attracting leads to converting people into clients from the ad, that period happened in a 7-day time span, and she got 10x her money. First week, from the amount she spent on the ad to the ROI she got, 1,000% return, 10x return. Go ahead and put fire. Go ahead and put loving this in the chat if you're loving this. Go ahead and throw in an OMG in the chat if your mind is being blown and your mind is being expanded. So I'm gonna give you a quick recap. I'm gonna give you a resource, and then if we have any questions, we'll take questions. So quick recap. Overall, big recap is 1, get clear on who your avatar is, and I want a profile, right? A profile of the person. Just like how police profile people. I don't know if that's a good example or not, but you know how police profile people? I want you to profile your person so you know exactly who you're talking to in your ad. Then I want you to create not the ad first, create the landing page first because that is going to be your foundation of what the ad is going to be based off of. So then you create that, then we create the ad, and we're going to use the blueprint that we just went through and mimic the ad identical to the landing page. So your conversion, that alone will should increase your conversions, like I would say 20 to 30%. Easy 30% lift, just making it identical, right? So you don't have to overcomplicate this. So then you do that, and then I recommend minimum spend $10 a day. But if we're running your ads for you, I want to see you $30-$40 a day. If you ask what's optimal, I want to see you at about $100 a day running ads, right? Optimal. But minimum, we don't want the minimum. Like minimum for you, if you running this, if you watching this, you running this, then by all means run $5-$10 a day. But I want you to get results, so it's gonna have to be higher than that, right? But follow this formula that we did for our client, and you will see outsized returns in what we followed this to the T, and she got 10x ROI her first week. So, and you can do the same. Is this helpful? Go ahead and put helpful below. Go ahead and show some love. Let me know that this is helpful to you. Somebody asked me one time, they was like, yo man, why you don't have any badges, man? I'm just here giving game. You know what I mean? I'm just here helping. And for those who really want to run ads, I'm here for those folks. But outside of that, I'm just here to give it away. I'm just here to share our secrets, give it to you, run with it, have fun. And then when you make enough money where you're able to run ads, come back to me. Or if you're in a position to run ads, then we can have a conversation. But my job is I'm giving away all of this free knowledge, this free game. And for folks who are really ready to run ads, then I'm your guy. All right. So with that being said, I'm giving this some likes. Now, let me give you a resource, and if you have any questions, we'll go ahead and we'll take questions. All right. And I'm seeing Charmaine in the building. Thank you. She put the fire with the OMG. So good. I'm glad y'all loving this. So, couple things. 2 things I'm gonna give you. Number one is, if you're in a position right now where you want to run your own Facebook ads, and you want the full blueprint of what we focus on and how we get outsized returns, how do we get amazing, massive returns from our Facebook ads? If you want that, go ahead and I'm gonna give you my 1-page cheat sheet. So go ahead and put cheat sheet in the comments, or shoot me a DM that says cheat sheet, and we'll send that over to you so you can learn how to run your own ads, and you can learn my blueprint and formula for doing so. If you are in a position where you don't have the time to learn ads, it's too technical for you, or you're just in a place where you're just, it's just too much work to be able to do, or you don't have the patience, but you understand the impact and the importance of running advertisements for your business, and you want us to run your Facebook ads for you, then go ahead and put Facebook ads in the comments, or shoot me a DM that says Facebook ads. And then what we'll do is I'll put you on my calendar, and then we'll have a conversation about, what you need and how we can help. All right. So y'all loving this? I know, I'm hoping y'all loving it, and I'm hoping that we over delivering for you. All right. So with that being said, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop your questions below. While y'all doing that, or if you have any questions, I'm gonna leave you with this. We all have the ability to be great. I am not promising what I'm sharing today. I'm not promising you're going to get a 10x ROI your first week. I'm not promising that. I'm just telling you what worked for our client, what's been working for me, and what's working for our clients. That's what I'm sharing, right? So this is not a claim that you will absolutely get that. Sometimes it takes days of testing, weeks of testing, months of testing. Sometimes we don't know what's going to hit. Sometimes we don't know what image is going to hit. We don't know what kind of video is going to hit. Is it going to be a testimonial video? Is it going to be a credibility video where maybe you with some influencers that helped? Is it going to be you doing a training video? Is it going to be you speaking on a stage? Is it going to be you talking about certain pain points? I don't know, but I tested some different ads, and some of my ads hit and some of them didn't hit. Some of them, they just weren't. There was some ads where I was just kind of teaching, talking to the camera like this, and it didn't hit. I had another training where, not in here, but I had I was speaking in like a nice facility, or I was at a nice facility with a nice clear background. It was a whiteboard, but it was like a clear whiteboard, and I had all of these construction paper, right? And then I had all of this construction paper on these on the whiteboard, and I was writing on it, and I was peeling it off, and I was talking about it, and I was sharing it, and I was showing it. And that was one of the ones that hit. It was just engaging. People loved watching it. It was keeping their attention. And that was one of the ones that went to the moon. I did about 20 other videos that didn't hit. But that hit based on what I was talking about, the pain points I was touching on, and just the visual of how I showed it hit. So that was one. And then I had another one that hit, and I couldn't have predicted this. So if you would have asked me which one would have took off, I wouldn't have known. But there was another one that took off where I did an ad with ET, and I did it with other influencers. So it was like Eric Thomas, it was like Inky Johnson, it was, I believe it was my brother David Shins, a few, and there's a couple other people, right? And so these are folks that I know. So I ended up doing, I was like at an event or a few different events where I had a chance to kind of really chop it up with them and get a few words from them, right? And really just talk to them. But I took those, I clipped it up, and I clipped up basically all of these like mini interviews, and I put all of these interviews, including me talking, I put myself talking, and then I clipped up all of these interviews with all of these high level celebrities and influencers in our space. I put it together in a video, and I ran an ad against it, and explosion. People loved it immediately. They loved it, right? And so that gave me a lot of credibility in the marketplace. That gave me a lot of, they were like, yo, listen, if all of these people know him, if all of these people rock with him, he's obviously, the man obviously knows what he's talking about, right? So between those two videos, those blew up, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you that ahead of time, right? That's just something that I had to test. And that's not something, and when I first started running ads, I did not get a 10x result my first week. Right? It took some time. It took like even months of me like figuring it out. I was getting some results. I was getting some leads. I was getting a lot of leads that weren't quality. So it took me just testing and testing and testing, and then testing the copy. One of the biggest mistakes that I made early on when I started running ads was what I was saying inside of the ad, my messaging. I was attracting a lot of broke people early on. Right? I'm just being upfront. And I was attracting a lot of people, broke people, because I had right at the top of my ad, are you broke, busted, and disgusted? Are you living check to check? Is there more month, or are you, what I said, is there like more month at the end of the money? And I was using all of these terms. You don't have a penny to your name, then I can help. I can coach you, right? And then I used to get frustrated when I used to have these consultation calls, and people would be saying, man, like, I love what you're doing, man. I've been following you, man. I've been watching your content. I love it, man, but it's just not the right time. I'm loving it, man, but I don't have any money right now. I'm loving this, man, but I don't have a job. Man, I really want to work with you, but I'm living check to check right now. And I'm like, man, and it was frustrating me early on, and I couldn't understand why. And it took me a long time to realize that my messaging in the ads wasn't, that I was attracting the wrong type of person based on the messaging. So these are the mistakes that I want you to be able to avoid. So now all of the learnings that I have, I'm able to apply it to our clients. And obviously, we've been able, just over the last couple years, we've been able to generate over $500,000 with running Facebook ads. But now we're able to take the same learnings that we've had and apply it to our clients. And that's how they're getting 1,000% 10x ROI their first 7 days. That makes sense. Go ahead and put makes sense below. So if you are in a place where you either want to run it yourself, put cheat sheet below, or shoot me a DM that says cheat sheet, and I'll just give you the secrets. I'll just give you the blueprint. We have a 1-page blueprint. I'll just give it to you. Or if you want us to do it, then we only take a certain type of clientele, and we got to make sure we can actually solve your problem, because we don't take all types of businesses. So if you want to have that conversation, it's at least worth a conversation if you want us to run your ads for you, so you can actually get those type of returns. So then go ahead and put Facebook ads below, or shoot me a DM that says Facebook ads, and then what we'll do is we'll have that conversation. All right, cool. So with that being said, I really appreciate you all. Love you all. Just continue to be great, and don't let anybody ever stop you. Don't let this technology stop you. Don't let a lack of learning or lack of non-know-how stop you, right? Don't let none of that stop you, because you absolutely have the ability to do it. All right, and I see you, Collective Pleasure, as well. I'll chat with you afterwards. But you have the ability. You just can't give up and you can't stop. When it gets hard, when you don't know what to do, when you go through personal challenges, it's really gonna be your ability to keep going and figure it out. And the world's best companies, the world's top companies, they always hire the best talent. Write that down. Always hire the best talent. They're not looking for the worst people. They're looking for the best talent. Right? I'm telling you, like I'm in a like my career outside of this is cybersecurity. And I can tell you that paying a lot of money, right? They're like, yo, listen, do a contract with us. Like, and they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what I'm saying is you have that ability. It's just about making yourself more valuable and learning the skills. All right. So I appreciate you all. Love you all. Put cheat sheet below or shoot me a DM that says cheat sheet if you want the blueprint, or if you just want us to run your ads, but you want to have a conversation, but you want to talk about it so we can kind of know what you're doing and to see if we can help, then go ahead and put Facebook ads below or shoot us a DM that says Facebook ads, and then I'll put you on my calendar to see how we can help. All right. Other than that, I love you all. Appreciate you. Continue to be great. And I'll see you on tomorrow's Recharging Your Business session. Talk to you then.